Chapter 56, Callum. Of course, I admit it, things went too far. We didn't go all the way, not all the way. But I'd only meant to kiss her to show that I didn't care if she reeked of ruddy cider. I wouldn't even care if her face was covered with puke. Well, maybe that's going a bit too far. But I wanted to show her. Anyway, I'm going to have to be more careful. Seffi's just a kid, really. We both stopped in time. Not just one of us. I think we both realized we were moving too far too fast. But now the thing is, I'm doing my head thinking about her. Jude would bust a gut if he could read my mind. He'd probably literally do it too. I'm only 16 and Seffi's not even 15 yet. In my world, the trouble never stops. In hers, it never starts. This drinking nonsense is just her way of getting attention. I mean, it's not even as if she's getting drunk on proper booze. Not whiskey or gin or vodka, but cider, for goodness sake. She's bored, that's all it is. I wish she could live half my life. Just half. That'd soon give her something to occupy her time. Come on, Callum, think of something else or you'll never get any sleep. I wonder what she's doing at this precise moment. Lying in bed thinking of me? I hope so. Dear God, if you really are out there somewhere, please find a way for Seffi and me to be together when we're older, for good and all when we're older, together forever. Dear God, please, if it's not too much to ask, if you're out there. Callum, for goodness sake, stop daydreaming and get some sleep. You're being totally pathetic. Stop it. There was no warning, no knock at the door, no warning shouts, nothing. The first I knew about it was a crash when the front door was battered in. Shouts, calls, a scream, footsteps charging, doors banging, more shouts, more footsteps, pound, pound, pound up the stairs. By the time I was fully awake and had swung my legs out of bed, smoke was everywhere. At least I thought it was smoke. I dropped to the floor. Jude, Jude, I yelled, terrified that my brother was still asleep. I jumped up, looking around for him. It was only then that I realized it wasn't smoke filling the room, filling the house. The strong smell of garlic caught the back of my throat and brought instant tears to my eyes. I coughed and coughed, my lungs threatening to explode from my body, and my eyes were streaming. Tear gas. I struggled to get my feet and groped my way down to the front door. Down, get down, a voice, no, more than one voice, screamed at me. I turned in the direction of the voice, only to be pushed to my knees, then to the ground. My chin hit the hard floor, making me bite down on my tongue. My arms were jerked behind my body, hands bent back, cold hard steel cutting into my wrists. My eyes hurt, my lungs hurt, my tongue hurt. I was pulled to my knees, then yanked up, pushed and pulled and punched forward. I couldn't see. I closed my burning eyes, and I admit I was crying by now, trying to clear the tear gas, desperate to stop the pain. My lungs were being filled with sandpaper. Stop breathing, just stop, but I couldn't. And each breath was strong as ammonia, sharp as a razor. Jude, Mom, Dad, I called out, only to choke over the words. Only to choke. I couldn't take much more. My body began to seize up, curl in on itself, and suddenly we were out of the house, out into the cool night. I tried to draw a breath. My lungs were being sliced. I gasped. More air, clean, fresh air. Just as I was pushed in the back of the car, I heard my mom crying. Mom, I called. I blinked and blinked again, looking around, trying to see her. Shapes and shadows swam before me. The car took off. My hands were still handcuffed behind my back. My whole body hurt, and I still didn't know why.